The world needs your creations. This is how we heal. This is how we move forward. And what's moving through you now, the ideas that are percolating, they're important. Hello and welcome back to Remember Why You're Here, a podcast for seekers and sensitives where you can relax, receive, reconnect to yourself, and remember the most important thing of all, why you're here. We have officially started the new year, 2026, and I found myself walking into this new year a little bit slower than I have in years past. I mean, I definitely have goals for this year and ambitions, but I noticed that I have just been moving at a little bit of a slower pace, like giving myself more permission to take my time and to focus on the long view. And as a part of this, I have been really working on what I need to do to get crystal clear. Like, if I'm going to use my energy to accomplish certain goals in this year, what do I need to do now to set myself up so that I can be really clear about what it is that I'm putting my energy into? I think that's one of the most important things, is having that kind of clarity and discernment, because when we are super clear about what we really want to manifest and why we want to manifest it and why we want to put our energy into it, it's like creating this straight channel for your energy to flow into it rather than in a million different directions. And I find that January, more than like a time to start to leap into all those things, that it's actually a time to set the stage so that when your natural energy comes back, which I find to be like later in the winter towards spring, that when my natural energy comes back, that I am kind of like, I'm like ready. I'm all set up to like take those leaps. And a lot of this is because we need time. Like we need time to work through what is currently on the table so that we can reveal what is coming next. So before we get into today's episode, I want to mention that I have a brand new, entirely free class that I just released on the website called Anatomy of a Breakthrough. What I have been finding is that breakthroughs can be engineered, that the kind of breakthrough that we need to get crystal clear clarity, to move into the next level of our being, to get past the blocks that are keeping us in the same place, that those breakthroughs can happen spontaneously and organically, and honestly, often through breaking down, which we'll have an episode about coming up next week, but that there is a way to actually look at the contents of your life now, at what exactly is coming up for you right now, especially as we begin this new year, and create a breakthrough for yourself with the materials already on hand in your life. I first got the idea to create this class over a year ago, and I knew I wanted to make it at a time where it was really needed, where it felt really potent, and that time is now. So if you're interested in creating a breakthrough in your life, if there's a breakthrough in your career, in your relationships, in your health that you've been praying for, that you've been working towards, definitely check this out. You have literally nothing to lose, and I think so much can open through really walking through these steps of how to create a breakthrough, of engineering this for yourself, of learning the anatomy of how they happen and then letting it happen for you in your life. So if you're interested, head over to asiasuler.com/breakthrough, put in your email address, and I will send that free class to you right away, and you can dive in today. So with that, let's get into our episode for today. This episode is called How to Get Crystal Clear Visions. In this recording, I share 4 tips that have remained very potent for me throughout the years that really can help you get clear on what your goals are for this year, what you want to bring into existence, what matters to you, what your soul is calling you towards. I also share a really special ritual that I return to every winter time and really never fails to help me get clear again. So cozy in and let's drop into this recorded sharing of how to get crystal clear visions. As the new year hits, The mountains here are blanketed in snow and ice, and it seems to be reflecting a greater theme as we march into this new year. This theme of wanting to get really clear on why it is we're here and what we're trying to manifest in our lives. Everyone here on earth is here to bring something unique to the whole. Sometimes it's just about getting clear on what that next step is. All of us here on the planet are visionaries. This term visionary isn't just reserved for a select few. All of us are meant to bring in unique ideas and creations. You're probably watching this because you feel that sense, that hunch of something that wants to move through you. And the reality is the world needs your creations. This is how we heal. This is how we move forward. And what's moving through you now, the ideas that are percolating, they're important. So every new year on the Gregorian calendar, we have the ability to tap into the collective and that collective envisioning of newness. This is potent. The fact that everyone around the world is celebrating a new year gives this time like jet fuel to be able to really get clear on what it is we want to move towards in this new cycle. So the very first thing to do if you want to get crystal clear visions is you have to clear out the vision closet. We all have ideas or projects that come to us throughout time, but sometimes they can stack up and end up staying past their expiration date. Most of us have some sort of idea or project that we've been meaning to get around to for a long time, and we feel like we can't move forward until we do that project, but that's actually a misnomer. For many of us, we have projects like this that are in our vision closet that actually just need to be cleared out. So just like going through your physical closet and donating the things you don't need, there are ideas in the closet of your mind that are just sitting there and taking up space. If you haven't acted on an idea that's been around for a year or maybe even longer, I would say it might be time to clear that idea out so you have space to see what wants to come in. If you're having any feeling sense around a project or an idea that includes the word should, then this is a good marker, a good indicator that this idea might be expired. If you're feeling like you should do something, like you have to do something, but you're dragging your heels, it's probably because your spirit is just not creatively excited about it anymore. And that's okay. It's okay to have ideas that once felt exciting or in alignment with you that now you're ready to let go. Just like we have clothes that we once loved wearing, we reach a point where we just don't like wearing them so much anymore. And that's all right. It's time to let it go and pass it on to somebody else. And I promise you that's what will happen with some of these ideas. When you let them go, they don't totally disappear. They just find someone else that will help them move into the world through that person's particular channel or creativity. And the thing is, when you create this space by giving away these ideas, by letting them dissolve, by cleaning them out of the closet, then you make space for the new ideas or visions that will really be exciting to you, that will really bring you alive. So I want you to ask yourself what feels most emergent and fresh for you right now. That fresh material is where you're being asked to go. We are all creative by our birthright. So as creatives, it's important that we follow that line of fresh inspiration. We're not meant to do the same exact thing day after day, year after year. So it's okay if you grow out of some of these ideas. I want you to really take note of what small hints or inspirations are coming in now. Perhaps a book that you've been meaning to read that someone just suggested again and that excites you to think about. Or maybe a movie you saw recently that just really got you thinking. Take note of these things now because these fresh inspirations are here to show you where your visions are. One important way to get clear about what we want to envision now is to actually get clear about where we want to be in the future. So reverse engineering your visions is actually a beautiful and brilliant way to really get focused on what it is that would actually bring you happiness in life. So one question I like to ask myself frequently is, where do I want to be in 5 years? If I could dream any dream for myself 5 years from now, what would it look like? And then I reverse engineer, stepping all the way back to where I am now. And I ask myself, what are the steps I need to take now? Or what are the visions that I want to focus on now that will help me get closer to that dream? It's important for you to define what success means for you. I remember at some point, I sat down and I asked myself, okay, well, what is success for me in my life? And I realized that one of the definitions of success for me is having time every day to daydream, having time every day where I can go for an hour-long walk outside and just think about things, think about what I'm inspired about, or commune with nature. And when I realized that this is what success looked and felt like to me, I realized that no matter how much money I made or how many people I reached, I wouldn't be successful unless I had that hour every day. So I started getting clear on my visions to create a life that would eventually be one where I had space to just be, where I had space to daydream. So to ask yourself, what does success actually look like or mean to you? And then reverse engineer your visions to really help you focus in on what will help you take that next step towards your definition of success. And lastly, if you really want to get clear on your visions, it's important to really hone your intuition. We are not doing this alone. Your visions don't exist in a vacuum. We are deeply supported by the forces in the unseen, whether you call those forces your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, or simply the divine. When we hone our intuitive abilities, we hone our ability to listen to what is actually trying to move through us. I deeply believe that we are all channels here on this planet. We're all meant to be channels for our light and for the wider light. And it will come through the filter of your personality, your life experiences. So it's unique every single time. But when we take some of the pressure off of ourselves of feeling like we need to figure it all out and just actually open the portals of our awareness to ask the benevolent, loving forces in the unseen what it is we're here to bring into creation, we can really soften into this experience of making our visions manifest. So at any time, you are welcome to ask your wider guidance what it is that you should be focusing on. So whether you meditate, undertake a shamanic journey, or simply channel, anytime we tune in, we will receive guidance of how to move forward. It's been helpful for me to think about how we receive this information. So all of us have specific gifts of being able to know things. These are called the clairs. So there's 4 clairs that I see come up most often for people: clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, and claircognizant. These 4 clairs are ways that we know things through intuitive channels. So if you're clairvoyant, you might know things or get intuitive guidance through your sight. So this could be actually having physical visions or seeing auras, or it might just mean that you're a highly visual person. So when you meditate, you see visuals, or you see a billboard on the side of the road that's an answer to a prayer. You might also be clairaudient, which means that you receive intuitive guidance through your hearing. So this could be literally hearing a voice, carrying a message, or it could be hearing a song on the radio, or having a friend share a word with you that just sparks something in your imagination. And then there's clairsentience. Clairsentience is when you know something because you feel it. Clairsentient people often have a lot of emotions, and so tuning into how you feel in a given situation or how you feel when someone brings up an idea will help you tune into your clairsentience. And then claircognizance is knowing something because it just appears in your brain. It's kind of like a download. I have some aspects of claircognizance where I'll just be meditating and all of a sudden it'll be like the idea or the directive is just in my head. I can't explain it. I just know it. The thing with all these clairs is an intuitive guidance in general, you have to trust. The more you trust those small hunches, the more guidance you will get. One way to recognize intuitive guidance is to really look for and make sure it has this tone of benevolence and love. If there's any feelings of judgment or criticism attached to this intuitive hit, then it's probably not coming actually from this place of wider intuitive guidance. Intuitive hits can feel somewhat neutral, and oftentimes they're not asking us to take the biggest leap in the world. They're just asking you to take a certain step, like go to the bookstore today. There might be a book there for you. Or turn on the radio this afternoon. There might be something on the radio for you. Or call that friend. So following these smaller hunches will help you to take these bigger leaps. And just putting out the intention to have your wider guidance come and help you shape your visions will bring you so much further than if you try to do it totally on your own. And lastly, I have a really potent ritual for you to undertake as we go into this new year that will really help clarify your visions, and that is a Herkimer Diamond Elixir. Herkimer diamonds are a kind of clear, double-terminated quartz that exist and are found in Herkimer, New York. Herkimer diamonds are known to turn up the volume on whatever it is that you're experiencing. They're one of my favorite stones for getting super clear and directing my energy. So to do this ritual, find yourself a Herkimer diamond, or you could find any kind of double terminated quartz that resonates with you, put it in a glass of water overnight, and each day, each morning, drink that water, and each night refill the water for a total of 8 nights. Set a very clear intention to receive clarity around your vision for this new year. Keep a journal during these 8 days to see what signs, synchronicities, and messages are coming to you. And at the end of the 8 days, write down the clarity of your vision, perhaps the one goal that you truly want to accomplish this year. If part of your vision for this year is finally getting your business off the ground, then I would love to see you in my online course, Business as a Spiritual Journey. I've been in business now for 10 years, and I found that starting a business was actually the most spiritual journey I ever undertook. I have learned so much about myself, about the guidance in the unseen that is here to support me, and through the process of creating my business, I've learned what my gifts are and how to give them to the world. This course is specifically created for empaths, highly sensitive, and spiritually minded people to really engage with the process of starting or deepening their business from a wholly spiritual perspective. Because when we take into account the whole, the spirit of your business, as well as the blueprint of your soul, everything takes off. So know that I'm over here supporting you in getting crystal clear on your vision because I truly believe that those visions are here to change the world. So if you do this ritual, or if you use any of those tips and you have a breakthrough, I would love to hear about it. Leave me a voice message. You can head on over to asiasuler.com/remember and leave me a voice note there. I have been loving catching up with the voice notes as my sabbatical ended at the end of 2025. So I've been catching up on so many amazing comments, notes, questions, and queries there, and I just love it so much. So please keep it coming. So know that I'm over here rooting for you in your vision. I think that this is really it's one of the biggest services you can do for the world is just to get clear on where you want to use your energy. Because the thing is, your energy is potent. Your energy is so powerful. There's so much that you are here to create and do and birth and seed into this world. And getting clear on where to put that energy is really the most brilliant step you can take. So I'm so excited to see what you are doing with your one wild and precious life, your incredible energy that is here to be poured into the things that bring you joy and vitality and beauty and abundance and all the good things. And as you step into this new year and get clear on what it is you want to turn your precious energy towards, may it help you remember and reconnect with that most important thing, why you're here.